Hey guys! Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Just double checking things real quick, making sure everything is hunky dory on my end and stuff. Make sure volume's good. I was messing around with some CloudBot stuff. Um, there's still a certain file that I'm not able to upload, and I'm not sure as to why. Yeah, posted a link in the chat, and that link will appear in the chat every now and again, just to remind you guys. Yeah, if you go to that link, you can redeem your channel points to play certain sound effects. Actually, there is one that I'm wanting to adjust a bit. Yeah, there we go. And if you guys have any suggestions, that would be awesome, because I am still new to this, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, anyway, so we are in Unity, of course, and we are trying our best to get this dang camera to work. Because yeah, it's been a little bit frustrating. Trying to get all this to work. Let's see, where did we leave off is the question. I believe I put my camera right. I have a camera pivot, and then I have my camera. Let's see where that left us exactly. Okay, well, that's interesting. Actually, it's not too bad. What is our mouse sensitivity? It's at 1. What if we put it at 0.1? Will it still glitch out like that? Seems like it gets faster almost the more that we use it. Okay, so there's definitely something with this that's off. A lot of this is just to set up, like, it detects our mouse movement, and then ideally it should just translate that to rotating the camera. Kind of like what it's doing now. The problem is that it's kind of automatically rotating, which I think has something to do with this for some reason. Let's take that off, leave that alone, but just bypass this entirely. So this little function here is allowing us to move in particular directions, but since we don't have camera.rotation as a value any longer, okay, but this is the interesting thing. Why are we still doing the whole rotatey thingy? And you can see that its Y value is changing. There's nothing in here that's doing that. The only update that it's getting is to move the character in a certain direction. Oh, geez. Oh, wait, that's interesting. It is moving it along a certain way. Hold up. Is the... Let's turn off this capsule collider for one. Is the character controller centered? It is not centered. Don't tell me that that was our problem. Of course it was our problem. Of course it was. Why wouldn't it be? Wow, I didn't think that would actually cause as many problems as it did. So, as I understand it, I think. So we actually do need this up. But I think because these colliders were interacting with each other, they were kind of pushing off of each other. Which is very odd. So we're still moving in orthogonal directions, which is fine. It's just that now we are horribly rotating. Let's... oh wait. No, don't play it again. Let's turn that off and then try it. Okay. So that's interesting. Switch this to 0.9. So that's pretty much where it's like equal and level and stuff. Yeah, that seems to work more or less fine. That's good, that's good. Let's turn up our mouse sensitivity back to 1. And see where that puts us, because I did notice the camera was moving a bit. Okay, okay, that's progress. Go to camera pivot. Let's switch these back over to mouse X and mouse Y. Now, don't ask me why the input from mouse X goes to adjusting. Well, actually, no, I do know why. So we are rotating along the Y axis. So we are not rotating on it. Which is why moving your mouse left and right, which is the mouse X, is rotating the Y axis. Because as you can see up here, it's the up and down. And if you rotate something, you know, horizontally, you're rotating it on that axis. However, if you want to rotate up and down, so to speak, or forwards and backwards, kind of the I don't know if it's like pitch or yaw or something. But at that point, you are rotating along the x-axis, as you can see, and the z-axis would actually be like tilting the camera. So yeah, that's why we have mouse Y going to X and mouse X going to Y, if that made any sense at least. I know sometimes when I explain technical stuff like this that it just goes over everybody's heads and I'm the only one that can understand it, but hey. Okay, we're gonna try this once more. Okay, yeah. It is correct. However, I actually like it reversed. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I think this needs to be replaced with subtract. I hate how Bolt does this. Like, if you change something from adding to subtracting or multiplying to dividing or any other math function, it's like, no, you can't do that. It doesn't transfer over correctly. Okay. Okay, I see. Don't do that. Okay, so we need, I don't think we want to switch these, do we? That wouldn't make sense. If anything, I just need to multiply it by -1. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, I think I want to... So I'm actually going to add a branch bool or something, or I think it's a select actually. Yeah, select. And we're going to take this value, multiply it by -1 to create an inverse. And then we're going to create, actually it'll be an app variable, which will be x-axis inverted. Make that a bool. And then y-axis inverted. I'm going to drag, let's see, x-axis would actually be down here. No, it'd be this one. The y-axis would be down here. Let's go ahead and copy this. Connect to the bool. Oh. And then if x-axis inverted is true, then it'll get the multiply version, and if it is false, it'll get the normal version. And then whatever it turns out to be, we go into there. And same with this. There we go. Got our two sections here. And I believe I want my x-axis inverted. Maybe. Actually, no, I want my y-axis inverted. So I'll check mark that, and then I should be able to go in and have nothing work at all. Woo! Oh, wait. I think we need to move this whole thing over to here. That. Now let's see if that works. No, it's still jittering. I know why it's jittering. It's because it's because it takes whatever it was and then turns it into something new. That, like, say you have a value of 2, when it goes through this process and it multiplies by -1, it'll be -2. However, it'll then go back around again, and instead of staying at -2, it will turn into +2, and then a -2 and +2, which is why it's jittering back up and down. So I need a way to basically whenever mouse X goes up, I want it to actually go. Okay. I see where I need to put all this. So disconnect that and that. We want to drag this to the source. There we go. Okay. Now, because mouse X is only on a value of 1 to -1, and then if we invert that, then whenever it's negative, it'll be positive. Whenever it's positive, it'll be negative. Stuff like that. And it's happening before we actually get what the Euler angles used to be. So in theory, this should actually work. And yet it does not. Oh, you know what? We didn't change this. So, okay. We need to take this, disconnect these, and reconnect those. Put that over there. Disconnect that. Bring these up here. Reconnect to there. There. And then there. Pull this under like that. Put that back over there. Okay. Now, it should work fine anyway because we have both of them off. But then, if we turn one of them on... wait. I think it worked. Yes, I think it did actually. Up looks up, I turn it off. Up looks down. Okay, yeah, it totally works. Sweet. Okay, wow, this is a good day. We are actually fixing the camera a lot sooner than I expected to. Okay, so now we need, okay, this is gonna be the tricky part here because we want our character to face wherever the camera is pointing, which is basically whatever the rotation of the camera pivot is. But the problem is that the camera pivot is a child of the camera pivot is a child of Ybot, and the reason why that's a problem is because whenever we rotate Ybot, we also rotate the camera. So basically, we're going to get into a situation where if we try to rotate the camera, then the character will rotate to where the camera is, but then the character will try to rotate to where the camera is, but then the camera will try to go to where the character is, and it'll do this infinite cycle of trying to overcome each other or become what the other one is. It's just an infinite loop that doesn't work. Hydrate, gang. I should add that as one of my Cloudbot redemptions. Just hydrate. That could be fun. I don't know what sound effect I would put for it or whatever, but yeah. Okay. So then we need a separate way. Well, actually, we don't necessarily need a separate way to do it. We just need to have the same method. So if we took this whole thing right here, because the only variables that we have are the one thing that we have is the Euler angles, which references to itself, which in this case is the camera pivot. So we need a variable in the scene that is the game object of camera pivot, right? No. We just need to track, because this will actually, yeah, so all this can copy over fine actually, because we are going to be tracking the Euler angles of Ybot and setting the new angles of Ybot based off of our mouse movement. Therefore, we can actually we can copy actually all of this. Copy. Go to Ybot. And instead of using this, use this. And just hook that up. And theoretically, this should then rotate the same amount both for the Ybot and the camera pivot object, which if you didn't know, the main camera is a child of camera pivot, because we don't want to rotate the camera itself, because then we'll get a first person effect where we are directly rotating the camera. We are directly rotating the camera, but we are not rotating it around something. So an easy way to get around that is to have it be have it be the child of a parent object, and to rotate the parent object, because it's kind of like having a folder of some sort, and then you can just rotate everything around whatever that parent object is. It's pretty nice. Alrighty. Also, I'm trying to do this new thing. I've been trying to look up ways to make my stream better, so to speak. Yeah, we can have that there for now. And one of the ways that it suggested was to have a thing up that shows me what viewers are watching right now, or whenever it comes. Yeah. That's interesting. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Own 3D or whatever, or possibly another TTV viewer. I love that name. Hello. Thank you guys for being here and watching and stuff. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. I'll try to keep an eye on that, more or less, but you know, if I get engrossed with all my stuff, then you know how that can be. Let's see. Okay. Trying to get it so that I can see a lot of things without crowding up my screen too much, but it can be difficult to do that. Anywho, where was I? Yeah, so we put that in, see if it works. Boot it up. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, what? So the interesting thing here, actually, let's focus on camera pivot. Okay, I need to go into Ybot, see what he's doing. Okay, that's all fine. So Ybot seems to be rotating correctly, but the camera pivot is not. Wait, what's the math here? Hold on. Yeah, the math. Okay, so it's taking the input of mouse X, which in this case is 0.05. It's multiplying it by the mouse sensitivity, which is 1, so it's still 0.05. And then it's adding that onto whatever the Euler angles were before, specifically the Y value, and it's adding it back into the Y value. And then that is getting put into the system. See, this is what I don't get. It's only, sometimes it's adding 0 entirely, but it's still like converting in hundreds, which means that there's something else going on. Hold on, I have an idea. If we completely disable this entirely, okay, let's restart with that still disabled. What does it do? Works as normal. Okay, that's good. But then what would happen if we rotate Ybot? It freaks out. And it only rotates that much. That's interesting. I assume it's got something to do with the camera pivot being a child, but if we rotate this, does the camera pivot's Euler angles change? Not moving at all. I couldn't tell. Oh, right. It's constantly rotating on that angle. None of these values seem to be changing exactly. Except this could still have a factor. But let's see if it is. Possibly. I doubt it is, but you never know. Nope. There's nothing else in here that's active. Nothing else in here that's active. Takes mouse X, multiplies it by mouse, which is 1, and then it adds it to y value of the Euler angles. And it sets it. Would it be different if we... Actually, I wonder if because it's Euler angles that it's trying to compensate. So let's try just get rotation and set rotation. I believe I've done this before, but it's worth a shot. Let's set ybot back to 0 for now. And then just see how we break it. Interesting. What if we connected oh yeah, what if we instead of set rotation, what if we set Euler angles using the Coordinatian? I know that's not what it's called, except it still needs a separate input. Wait, yeah, hold on. Rotation, huh. Let's expose. Okay. I am curious about these actually. I'm just gonna make a quick thing called Euler. And actually, we're gonna have it set for this happens. Z-axis is going nuts. Okay, that's the Y. The Z-axis is, well, minuscule at this point. W is sitting right under 1, which should be fine. Okay. I'm curious what would happen if we did that. Although I think we already tried. Right, yeah. What if we do set local rotation? These are, but they should probably not be 0. They should be whatever they were. And this should be Y, this should be X. Let's try that. That's very interesting, actually. I was not expecting that. Out of all the things to expect, that was not one of them. This is just to make everything clear and crystal. Huh. It's rotating along the Z-axis. Like, solely along the Z-axis. Let's see what happens if we rotate Y-bot. It's doing the same thing as before still. We're just rotating like crazy. So even after all that, it doesn't even fix the problem that we had before, even if it created a new one. Okay, we're going back then, because that's not gonna fix the problem at all. Maybe. Here we go. Okay, I think we're back to where we were. back to where we were. I'm gonna take a swig real quick. Okay, there's gotta be something we can do. Let's see, where does this put us real quick? Does that. I'm assuming if we bypass this branch right here, then we would just be rotating automatically. Yep. And once we disconnect that, then it doesn't do anything. If we connect here, then it only moves when we do, because of this. So then it is a formula. So it is a problem with this formula then. Alright, time for some Googling. Unity set Euler angles. I'm curious what Euler angles do. Like, what are they specifically? Represents rotation in world space. When viewing the rotation of the game object in the inspector, you may see different angle values than those stored in this property. This is because the inspector displays local rotation. For more information, see transform.local Euler angles. That is what we want, actually. The rotation as Euler angles in degrees relative to the parent's transform rotation. I think that's our problem right there. It's relative to the parent's transform rotation. So then, is our problem fixed by just doing set Euler angles? Like not doing local Euler? Oops. Oh, it is. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Google. You once again have saved me. Okay. Yeah, well that fixes that. That's great. That means that we can reconnect to this, and let's just replace this with set Euler as normal. See, I have to remember that local doesn't mean like only itself as opposed to global. It means in relative to its parent, which is why it did what it did. So now, oh yeah, we are rotating actually. It's just that it's not rotating as fast as we are. Okay, that's fine. Gonna go ahead and get the Y value up and have this be the new camera rotation. And then go into here and reconnect this. Yeah, and just get rid of that just to be sure. Okay, the next thing that's curious, we set him back to 0. So he is apparently rotating. You know what? My y-axis is not inverted. Yeah, there we go. That feels a lot better to me. Okay. But yeah, he is rotating. It's just we're rotating around him. Yeah. Oh, I'm a dunce. Okay. How would I fix that though? Okay, so the problem is that we're doing exactly as we want to be doing, except not exactly. So right. I'm just gonna turn that back on live, even if it is different. So we're not only rotating the camera now, we are also rotating the player. And because the camera pivot is a child of the player, that means that it's rotating on top of itself. So it's yeah. Like they can't rotate independently of each other. They are rotating. Okay, hold on. How would I fix that? That's true. If I just did that, but then oh yeah, no, that doesn't fix anything. Wait, but why? He's rotating now. Why doesn't the camera pivot follow? Wait, what? Yep, as expected, the two are rotating exactly the same. So, and it's showing up as 274, and this is showing up as 317. Meaning that it is doubled. So I think what we can do is after the initial multiply, we just bring in another multiply and times it by 0.5. That way it does half as much. Which should work, maybe? Let's see. Okay, no. Okay, as I thought. Yeah, so now what happens is that it is going half as far. Oops. But Ybot is just turning more to compensate. So okay, so it's not a matter of the mathematics in this regard then. It's almost like we don't need that at all. What if we just did oops. that. Would that just work? Ah, yeah. That totally just works. Okay. And then, what would happen if we rotated him? Okay, the camera still rotates with him. That's kind of unfortunate, though. Well, actually, that could be fine, though. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, basically, here's my idea. So, we can track how far Ybot has turned, correct? We can also determine how far the camera turns. We can also turn the camera in certain ways. So what I'm thinking is that because we have set this up the way that we have, in the sense that we are tracking the horizontal and vertical movements, and we are determining the direction of where he is to go. So like if, for instance, if I go left or right or up or down, and there could be anything in between this at this point, and from this, we can determine the direction in which he's going, right? Meaning, theoretically, we can determine what angle he's going at. And because we can determine what angle he's going at, we can manually rotate Ybot and then counter-rotate the camera. So say we want to make Ybot go 90 degrees to the right. We track that by having some kind of indicator that determines to us, I think it's like ATAN2 or something. It takes the horizontal and the vertical axes, and it tells us, okay, he's going at 90 degrees. So we tell them, make him turn at that degrees. And then, once he's done that, we also tell the camera that because he's going to be manually turning through movement at 90 degrees, to rotate negative 90 degrees to counter that. Yeah. Okay. I think that'll work. Yeah. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab something real quick. Also, hey, hello, chicken wine, or ween, or something. But yeah. You're making me bashful. Also, my camera was being blocked for a moment. But, yeah. I know that when I talk sometimes that it's just like, oh man, you can't even pass Blender. Yeah, it's actually, in my earlier streams, I was actually working in Blender because I needed custom animations. Yeah, it can definitely be difficult to learn any program, really. And I've put a ton of hours into both of these, and I'm still a beginner, I would say. So yeah, if you want to get better at anything, really, you just got to put time into it. Look up, various YouTube videos and stuff, because those always help. It's hard to find good ones, though. Google and various Reddit forums and stuff are always helpful. It's kind of funny, actually. One of the best skills. Oh, it's just a lesson in school. Oh, that's what you meant by passing it. Oh, gotcha. Dang. Well, rip that. But what I was going to say, though, is if you want to be good at running any kind of program, it doesn't matter what it is, be it Unity, Blender, Premiere Pro, Windows Movie Maker, that kind of thing. If there is any level of difficulty or complication with it, one of the best skills that you can have to get better in any of those things is to be able to use Google properly and well, and to know what to look up and how to look it up, and to be able to search through forums and stuff. That is one of the greatest skills that you can have. And I am not joking, actually. It is the thing that has gotten me as far as I have, because I am completely self-taught. So, big brain time, yeah. Oh, gosh. Actually, with that being said, I'm going to go and grab something real quick. I will be back in like 30 seconds. So, BRB. Okay. So, I had forgotten that I had left out on my counter. Oh no, I dropped it! 5-second roll. So I forgot that I had grabbed an Uncrustable. If you didn't know, I freaking love these things. They are just the bomb.com for me. I don't know. It's not that I don't like crust on PBJs, it's just Uncrustables has like that nice snack feel to it, but also being a sandwich is just, you know, it's good stuff. Okay. Anyway. Right. So we're in here and we have this rotating as per usual. Let's see. We want to be able to right. I remember seeing a video on this about Atan 2. It's called Atan 2. It's funny, when you think of Atan 2, it's like, oh, it's the sequel to Atan 1. But in reality, the only difference between the two, and I'll actually show this, Atan just tracks one function, and the Atan 2 tracks 2. And the way that I understand Atan 2, and I'm actually going to show this by example here because I need to do this anyway. So I'm just going to set a new variable here, and I'm just going to call it Atan. Make it a float. And it's set. Let's just tack that onto the end there, even though it's all the way over here. That way we could just track that. And I'll have to scroll down so we can see it again. Okay. Oh, interesting. Nothing is... Oh, whoa. Oh, wait, I'm not moving yet. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I recognize that string of numbers. So when I'm traveling backwards, you'll notice the value is pi. 3.14. Wait, hold on. 3.141593. And numbers beyond that, 3.14159265. That's as far as I've memorized pi. Back in middle school, we would have this event called Pi Day, which of course happened in March. And it would always be a challenge for every kid to memorize as many numbers of pi as they could. And there was this one kid who was like obviously the smartest person in the class. He always was. And friggin' he got up to like over 300 numbers of pi. I wish I was joking and making this up, but he legit got over 300 numbers of pi. And I'm like, bro, I can barely memorize like 20, if that, if I try. I was always so impressed by it. Weirdly. So, yeah, how do we turn, I'm curious what we can use with A-Town. Because it is actually determining our direction of sorts. So I'm actually going to look this up then. Okay. Unity A-Tan 2. That is not how you spell that. Put like a Y at the end of it, so it's like A-Tan. Returns the angle in radians whose tan is y over x. Oh, I had it the wrong way. Okay, let's see what this equates to now. Curious. It's not exactly what we want. The return value is the angle between the x-axis and the 2D vector starting at 0 and terminating at xy. I need to look up that Braggie's video again. Third person controller. Yep, here we go. I see. Maybe. Direction dot x and direction dot y. So we want to take that, get the x. Okay. So according to this, we need to take this over here. So we need to create a vector 3 using the horizontal and vertical. And apparently it is over x and y, but I don't think that really matters. But I'll do it anyway. Anywho, I don't know why that just created an error. Anyway, so we need to get x. I'm going to save real quick because I haven't done that in a little while. And we also need to get y. And this might turn out correct. I don't know. We're about to find out. Okay. Not exactly what I was hoping for. I'm assuming if we do that, yeah, it's the same. So normalizing it didn't do anything. What is he doing differently? float called target angle that is a tan 2 of direction x and y, which is created off of that. Okay, what else does he do? Oh. Of course, if I just keep watching the video, then everything is good to go. Okay, maybe it's in math. Linear to gamma space? No. Come on, it's got to be in here somewhere. Delta angle? No. Weird, it's not in here. Okay, that's odd. Volt rad to 3. This is equal to 360 divided by pi multiplied by 2. So, can I just do that manually? Okay, they said that there was some kind of solution in this form. There's not. Okay, so apparently rad to degree, which is the function that we want, is equal to the function of 360 divided by pi multiplied by 2. Convert 1 radian into degrees. Hold on. How to convert radians to degrees. Okay, here we go. So we need this value. Okay. We need to multiply it by the result of a division of 180 divided by, okay, I know you're in here, pi. So 180 divided by pi, and multiply all that by however many radians we have, and we have our degrees, which should go under a tan. Now, I might not have gotten this correctly just yet, except I did. Hallelujah. And what this means is that also now, bleh. It means that when we need to, we can take the value of the atan variable, which I'm going to call direction dot rotation. Sure. Okay, and I'm going to need to put this somewhere else for the moment. So let's take all of this, bring it up here. Yep, and that's tacked on the end. Okay. So, and our camera still works fine, I assume. Yep. If anything, we can actually turn up the mouse sensitivity a bit. Let's turn it up to 4. And that still should work fine. Yep, still works fine. Cool. And we can actually move around and stuff. That's good. That is very good. And it works almost exactly as we want it to. The only thing is, our camera does not have collision, which is unfortunate. And that is something that we could do with a Cinemachine Brain. Or maybe not a Cinemachine Brain. A virtual camera? Pre-look. Okay. However, we just going to go world space, and aim is going to be doing nothing. Do nothing. And this might not work actually, because we don't want any of this to work. In fact, as it is now, it should still work the same. Yep, still works the same. That's good. We want to add on Cinemachine Collider. Preserving line of sight requires, okay. Pull camera forward. Requires a look at target. Okay, well, why don't you look at our follow target from before? Collide against ground. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so far so good. We are not colliding with the ground, however. That's not what I wanted to see. Let's add a simple cube into here. Drag it to the side. Yep, still not doing nothing. Okay. Line of sight requires a look at target. You have a look at target, you dingus. Maybe it's because we don't have a virtual camera in here. That's very possible, actually. In that case, let's remove this component and this. Yeah, I know I did a lot of stuff there. A lot of bad things. Create free look. Did you just move my camera to a place I didn't want to? How dare you? How dare you? I liked my camera where it was. Thank you very much. I just want you to look at the follow target. I don't want you to do anything else. Bounding shape is required? Oh, it's confiner. My bad. We need collider. Pull camera forwards. Let's see if this works. Doubt it, but let's see if it works. Okay, that's fine. What if we set it to world space? Still rotating around like crazy. Fine. Gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, I think it's gone. But I'm deleting it. Okay. I'm just gonna test things real quick. Okay, still works fine. That's good. You know what? I just realized our camera is pivoting via the feet. We do not want that. We want it pivoting via the head. Okay, that's much better. Okay. Alright, Google time, baby. Unity, how to add a collider to your camera. Man, I swear, like, half the tutorials I run into is somebody from India. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, it's just kind of funny to see. Yeah, we know you have a problem. Now, how did you solve it? This guy is not that interesting. Okay, this guy is starting from the beginning, but this seems good. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy basically what this guy did until I figure out what he did. He created a max distance and a minimum distance. He also had a variable called smooth, which he put as 10. And then he has a vector 3 called dolly direction. This is a vector 3. I forget what's the difference between those two. Whatever. He's got another vector 3 called dolly adjusted. Just a vector 3. Got one more called distance. That's float. Okay, so first off, he is taking this up. And setting it as get position. I actually want the local position. I don't know if I actually want the local position, but that's what he's doing, and I'll figure out differences later. He's normalizing it. I forgot I need to reverse some of these actions. See, because in coding, you write this as dolly direction is equal to transform dot local position, which is this dot normalized. Like that's how you would write it, but in here you have to set the variable, and what value are you setting the variable as? Well, it is the local position which you are getting. You are then normalizing it, and then that is the value that you are putting in. And that's kind of it's the same result, but it's a different process that it goes through. Anyway, so next he's setting distance to be whatever the local position is, whatever its magnitude. Vector 3 magnitude. I think that's what I want. Okay. Hold on. transform point. Wait, what's transform point? Transforms position from local space to world space. Oh. Then world space to local space. Okay. So I think I want that. Oh, what? Oh, right. So then... Okay, so we're taking this, putting it in there, transforming, well, actually, hold on, we're multiplying that first. By the max distance. And then putting that into there. Actually pretty clever. Okay, so if I'm understanding what he is doing, okay, so he's taking this. He's also doing a raycast. The impact point in the world space where the raycast hit the collider. Wait. How do we set up a raycast? I'm gonna keep watching. It's also got a branch, or an if statement rather. Here it is. So start and hit info layer mask. I think we want. I don't think we need layer mask. I think we need hit info. And okay, so the start of it. Start of it is our transform.parent.position. this is the desired camera position, which is our end point. And our start point is, wait, transform dot parent dot position. Okay. Might not be Euler angles that we need. Yeah, no. Oh, here we go. Get local position. I think. Or I could just do get in position. Here we go. I was about to say, I don't think it's getting Euler angles that we need. And then the branches, if that is true. I think. If true, then distance is equal to I think that's what we need. Okay. Oop. Good, that's all being used. Okay, so... Oh, this is doing something. Invoke is required but is never entered. Okay, so then we need to hit this first, and then hit the branch. Okay, that's fine. Interesting. Okay, so so that's after the if statement. So I guess after either of these then? Okay, that's fine. I can do that. So we need a lerp function, a vector3 lerp. To set the local position. Get local position, set that as the starting point, and then the finishing point is the dolly direction multiplied by the distance this is per second. Wait. Here we go. And it's oh, right, okay, so that's that, right, Let's move these out just a tad. So that's that, and then the time step is delta time multiplied by smooth. Okay. So I think all of this is going to work, but before I put any colliders in, I'm going to just test it, see if it still works fine. And it does. It looks like it does. There's a bit of weird collision though. Which is quite interesting, actually. looks like it might be working fine. So we're going to test it by 3D objects. Let's just move this off to the side here. Test. And then... Oh. Ah. So here's the interesting thing. Okay. Let's see what happens when he tests it. It's not exactly my problem, though. Okay, well, might as well implement what he said anyway, because it is something I will need to do regardless. So he is taking, excuse me, he is taking the distance, and he's multiplying it by 0.9. And basically that's just letting you get a bit closer. Yeah, okay. So I have a feeling I know why it's glitching out. And that's because whenever the camera moves forwards, it is then in front of this, and yeah, it doesn't need things anymore. Words. Whenever the camera is in front of a box, the line cast bool will return as false, meaning that the distance will just become the max distance. So what did I do wrong here? Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know if that would fix it, though. Wait, what? I just realized he never used a certain. He never used this dolly direction adjusted. Did he? No, he didn't. Did he say something about that? Oh, wait a second, hold on. I see what that's doing. I think I got it. I think I needed to switch those around. It's so close. I feel like it's so close. That's curious. I'm not sure why that's changing, and I'm not sure why that's changing either. Oh, interesting. Would you look at that? Okay, well, it's not raycast. It's not changing that anymore. Debug ray. I know I need to end this stream soon, but I'm wanting to do this first. Just because I feel like I'm really close. Start is there. Direction. And let's just make the color red. Whoa, okay, that's why we're glitching, I think. Interesting. So I just calculated this wrong for whatever reason. Well, we got really close though. And I'd say maybe with another hour we'd be able to get it. We're really close to getting the camera doing what we want it to though. I think there are some changes that we can make to make things work a little better. For instance, I think that if we had if we had the if we had the camera pivot and the main camera be outside of YBot, and we could just have it so that the camera pivot is the same position as follow target. And that's pretty easy to implement. From there, we would be able to kind of move them independently. We could have it so that the position of camera pivot is the position of follow target, but not the rotation, which would also allow us to have more independent camera control, which would be really nice. And then we need to figure out this line cast thing, because it's very close to being good. It's very close. And I recognize what he was doing with this up here. So he got our position at where we were, and he normalized it so that it could. So then we could just multiply it by whatever the magnitude of it was, and have that be the distance. And that's basically saying like, hey, we want just a direction and a distance, is what this is kind of telling us. The direction comes from this normalized thing, and the distance comes from the magnitude. We then take the dolly direction that we had before, and we actually multiply it by the max distance, which we want is 4, instead of what the distance actually was. And then we set that as the position for the parent, which is the camera pivot. Transform that into a world space point, and have that be the start of the line cast, which is where our camera should be, where we want it to be rather. And then we end the raycast of where the parent actually is. So maybe if we replace this with get local. Let's see what blind this draws. It's still up and down. Which doesn't actually make a lot of sense now that I think about it. Although the draw ray might be wrong. Just saying, it might be just wrong. Is there like a draw line? Oh, there is. Okay, let's see what this looks like then. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So our endpoint is fine, it's our start point that's weird. I'm gonna do something kind of risky. What if we just set it as whatever that was? Wait, but that doesn't... No. No, wait, what? Okay, there's something going on here. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to save and quit for now. Because I need to get ready for work, and I am still in my PJs. Woo! Okay, well, with that being said, thank you all for coming to this stream today. I do appreciate all the people who came in and took a look. Chicken Ween, or whatever you want to call yourself, thank you for showing up. Own 3D, or Owned, whatever you want to call yourself. I've seen you on my channel a lot. I do appreciate you watching along a lot. I really do appreciate that. Yeah. Of course, I do not stream over the weekend, so you guys can expect me coming back in on Monday. Also, I have figured out bonus streams for next week. Bonus streams for next week are going to be happening on Tuesday and Thursday. Keep that in mind. We are probably going to do the classic Breath of the Wild on Tuesday, and then Dead by Daylight on Thursday. should I still want to at that point. I probably will. It'll be fine. But yeah, expect those streams coming in your way. Otherwise, normal streaming going on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, I will still be streaming 12 to 2 on all weekdays, unless I feel the need or want to not, because I am not doing this for profit. I am doing it for fun. So yeah. And as always, go to my YouTube channel, which is listed down there, to look at the archives for my various streams. I upload them there, and also look to my Twitter for stream updates, stream schedule updates, as well as random thoughts and quotes and tweets and stuff like that. Whatever my stream of consciousness is at any given moment, so to speak. Yeah, anyway, as always, I'll leave the music on for you guys for a little bit. And with that being said, I'll see you Monday. Bye!